Okay, we're going to get to talking about the GED Language Arts essay. Okay? How does the essay work on the exam? You will be given a screen that has two texts. You read them both. You read the prompt, the question. Usually it's pick the more convincing argument of the two. You brainstorm, you pick a side. You sketch your essay on the provided materials, like you'll be given a whiteboard, scratch paper. Then you write your essay in the simulation. You proofread it. Do not skip the essay. It's like leaving money on the table, okay? It's worth points. If there was a $20 bill lying on the sidewalk, would you walk past it? No, you'd probably pick it up. The GED essay is worth points, contrary to what one of your friends says, who says, oh yeah, I totally know a guy whose friend's cousin passed it when he skipped it. You can theoretically pass the exam without it, but why would you want to? It's like leaving money on the table. Do you want to be that guy who gets a 142 on the exam and then wonders, gee, maybe if I filled out the essay, I would have gotten that 145 and wouldn't have to go take this again. Okay? So don't skip it. It's worth points. It's not totally optional or something. People have this idea like it is. You don't automatically fail if you fail the essay, but you don't lose anything by doing it. All right? It's like it's points. It's like I said, it's like leaving money on the table. You got to do the essay. It's can be worth up to 20% of the exam. Okay? So a 5-paragraph hamburger bun essay. All right? This is the classic essay that I'm going to tell you how to write. It has an introduction with the thesis. It has 3 body paragraphs, each with details that support it, and a conclusion paragraph. Each paragraph itself has a topic sentence and multiple details that support it. It's like a hamburger bun. Up on top, you got the introduction, the top bun. You got example 1, 2, 3, the body paragraphs, the meat. Okay? And paragraph 5 is your conclusion, the bottom bun. That reiterates your thesis statement. Hammers everything home, okay? It's like a hamburger bun. 5-paragraph essay. Introduction, 3 body paragraphs, conclusion. How it's scored. A lot of people are really confused about this, and justifiably so, because they don't do a good job explaining this. Currently, it's somewhat insane, but don't skip it ever. Like I said, it's like leaving money on the table. It's worth points. Would you give away free points on the exam? That's silly. You've studied so hard. You shouldn't give away any of those points. It's initially scored from 0 to 6, and that's converted to raw points, and it can be about 20% of the total score on the ELA. Okay? That could be a lot of points. Okay? It's automated. The computer grades it according to a template and uses human grading if none are available. Don't get me started on this. I think this is ridiculous. It used to all be done by hand by very competent professionals who were educators. Now they do it by computer, so it's much less accurate. Bearing that in mind, avoid the use of I. The computer marks you down for that. In general, longer sentences, bigger words, and transition words get you points. This is crazy, and it's a little different than everything I've told you on the GED writing portion, okay? So don't do any of this on the GED writing portion. Try using words like myriad and plethora. They love these words. I don't know why. But saying there are a myriad of reasons, many reasons. Here are a plethora of reasons. Okay, certain words they really like. The first argument is better because it has more research establishing its point, not the first argument is right. Okay, they like it when you come up with these overly wordy sentences. I don't, but this is how the exam works. So the first argument is better because it has more research establishing or substantiating its point. That's the kind of sentence I want you to use when you're comparing and contrasting at the beginning. No personal connections or opinions. This is another thing. When quoting, use words like stated, in the text, and for example. I'd recommend using those 3 because that's what the GED people recommend, and they have a computer grading it, so they might not recognize you using a quotation if you don't. For example, the author of text 1 stated, hawks are people. With quotations, if it's at the end of the sentence, it's like above. It's like that, what I said, hawks are people. See how it's comma, quotation mark, period inside the quotation mark? If it's the end of the sentence. If the quotation's in the middle of the sentence, you write it like this. For example, the author of text 1 stated, comma, quotation mark, hawks are people, comma, where you'd have the period, quotation mark prior to that, so his credibility is questionable at best. It's important you know how to put the quotations in there right, okay? All right, and that's it for the introduction to writing the essay. I'll see you next time.